us as, I wouldn't say we're like veterans in the car community by any means, but we've been doing this for 10 plus years now, as far as doing this, meaning being obsessed with cars.
Right.
So like,
unhealthy
I think
obsession
and you guys watching, if you've been in this for a while, you've like had experience with the swaps. We have a pretty big responsibility to like keep this going for the next generation too. And like be that cool guy that can help this 16-year-old with a Celica. If like you've done this swap before, even if you think like, he's going to ask a lot of dumb questions. That's fine. I ask so many stupid questions in Datsun forums and Audi forums and stuff. Like, it's okay. But like, we have a big responsibility to keep that moving forward, and also make sure there's a next generation of awesome car people just like us that can keep this thing going. Because otherwise, we're not going to have any cool cars to buy. All right. So we've got Adam sent us in on our Instagram at the Third Pedal Podcast, at the Third Pedal Podcast. Correct. So he's got, I don't know the year of it here. Let's see if he says it's a ST 162. So it's a little different than the Rally Championship one, but it's a Corolla. Celica, my bad. Sorry. It's a Celica with the pop-ups. It looks super clean.
It's awesome. It's convertible.
Yeah, it's a vert. This thing is sweet.
It looks awesome. Though. Super, super clean. We'll post, like we said, we'll post pictures in the video version. So if you're watching that, if you're listening on Spotify, tap on the video, check it out. This thing looks great.
GT.
We were doing a live right before the podcast started, and he commented and talked about this thing. But it's so cool. I've never actually paid that much attention to the front end of these.
I was just thinking,
I kind of like the whole wraparound grill in the front.
It's super 80s. It looks awesome. Yep. So that's an awesome car, dude. So he says, then he sent some pictures of, we were talking about, I think someone asked on the TikTok live, what's your favorite rally car? And then we mentioned Toyota. Yeah. And he commented he's got that Celica. So looks the Celica, so cool. WRC rally cars, just the golden era of rally was awesome. So he says, I'm 16, new to the car scene, planning on going to high performance motorsports as my major. That's awesome.
That's so cool.
I didn't even know that was a thing you could do in school.
Yeah, right.
High performance motorsports is a degree now?
I guess.
That is awesome, dude.
That's so cool. Yeah, the car looks super clean. It's awesome, man. Being 16, getting into cars, like, that's so cool. Like,
I was 16 when I got my Datsun.
Yep. Yeah, I was doing whatever dumb stuff on my Jeep, taking doors off and stuff when I was 16. But yeah, it's. I mean, that's super great, man. It's exciting that you're getting started at that point, and especially with something really cool to get into. We'd love to hear. I don't think he said in here like long-term plans for like what's going to happen with the build.
Yeah, he said so. He wants to do a K24A2 engine swap with turbo.
Cool.
No clue where to start. So
no clue where to start.
I have no experience with these cars. We did talk a little bit about swaps.
Listen to 30 seconds ago on our
I think the general principles still are the same. So what's your timeline, what's your budget, what's your goals with the car?
Yeah. Well, and something like this too, that's a K series. That's a Honda motor going into Toyota, right? So I'm sure something like that's been explored before. So definitely, like, if you're still on the live here, if you're listening to the episode, like, go Google your chassis code and swapping that engine code, or even a K-series engine in general, to figure out those things. Like maybe there is a little bit more universal bolt pattern as far as it goes from engine to the bell housing or whatever that looks like. Like, check that out and start looking into it a little bit and see if anybody's done it. That's the best way to start, especially if you're new to all this stuff and you're not going to be the one to like, well, I'll just go weld up my own engine mounts, to see, all right, this is what I want to put in it. Who has done it, and what hacks or what in between ways can I, like, oh, if I actually use like the clutch from this car, it's going to go between.
Yeah, you'd be so like forums are your best friend. Facebook groups are awesome because people will be like, all right, this model year of this engine bolts up to the transmission of this model year of this, which fits in this model year of this, and they have done years and years of research and compile that all into a few posts.
Yes,
and you get to see experience of them. Actually, I tried that too, and actually this one worked better.
Yes,
you get to find all that stuff. So it's a lot of time, it's a lot of research, and then also figuring out exactly what you want to do. But I would say
it's huge. Yeah,
I don't know this for a fact, but rather than going Honda to Toyota, Toyota has some good engine platforms. They have the 4AGE. Yep. They have the newer version of that. I forget what it's called, 4SGE or something like that. 4-cylinder, very turboable engine and drivetrain.
I like it.
And it's Toyota. So I know brand to brand, like you can swap Audi engines to Audi engines, and a lot of times like the transmissions will bolt up and stuff like that.
Yeah, they've used like a similar transmission for so long.
Yeah, because you think about it, the manufacturers use similar stuff because then they can produce a lot more of the same thing.
Right.
So I would look into on the forums. Obviously, if you're set on K24, run with it.
Right.
And do it.
Right.
But check on the forums like what else there is.
Right.
If someone has done if there's a stronger Toyota motor that you can swap in.
Yep.
Obviously 2JZ, never going to be mad at that. Right. That would be awesome. But for like faster revving, rally kind of thing, if that's your goal.
Yeah. Also, I know K-series motors have been making V8s feel pretty sad lately. So have at it, dude. But Google it and see, because there's going to be those universal parts. Somebody has done something similar and will have answers for you, especially at 16. Like, just start joining Facebook groups, looking at the forums, start reading a bunch. That's the big first step to all these swaps, is just reading and figuring out what it's way cheaper to spend more time up front figuring out your trajectory and then spending more on the build versus buying stuff just because like, oh, I found a good deal on this K series engine. And then you get 6 months in and you realize like, I wish I would have bought this other one that would have been a couple hundred more, but now I'm way far into this platform.
For sure.
So kind of having an idea where you want to go.
I would say
don't.
Sure. So for sure, don't be afraid to ask on the forums and stuff. I know some of that can be intimidating. There are definitely some not so nice people on there,
but it's
like
mostly like.
It's mostly cool people. And I think like us as, I wouldn't say we're like veterans in the car community by any means, but we've been doing this for 10 plus years now, as far as doing this, meaning being obsessed with cars.
Right.
So like,
unhealthy
I think we,
and
you guys watching, if you've been in this for a while, you've like had experience with the swaps. We have a pretty big responsibility to like keep this going for the next generation too. And like be that cool guy that can help this 16-year-old with a Celica. If like you've done this swap before, even if you think like, he's going to ask a lot of dumb questions. That's fine. I ask so many stupid questions in Datsun forums and Audi forums and stuff. Like it's okay. But like we have a big responsibility to keep that moving forward and also make sure there's a next generation of awesome car people just like us that can keep this thing going. Because otherwise we're not going to have any cool cars to buy at some point. So,
but good for you, Adam. This is cool. I like awesome, seeing that you've got this really, really clean car. It's cool. Pop-up gang. You got the 944 too. So this is great. Keep working on it. Keep us posted with what you do too. If you decide the direction to go, keep us posted. We'll talk about it in the future too. This is awesome, man. But,
keep sending us updates. Like I know Austin's been doing that. He's been tagging us and stuff. Send us updates. We love that. Love to see that. Love to see these cars progress.